medicine to be put on that wound. So therefore, if something happens to me or I experience trauma in my life, but you got to think about it. When people experience trauma, what they do? Instead of running to the church, they run away from the church. When people go through heartache, instead of coming to the church, they push away from the church. Amen. And saying, you got some people, they come to church, but they won't allow God to put the medicine on that wound. You know, like when you try to put alcohol on the cut. No! We don't want to do that because it hurts. And see, but when we put that word on the situation, that word is going to make us grow up. That word is going to make us make up our mind that we can't stay here. Because see, you got some people that have been raped, some people that have been molested. See, if I hold on to the place where I have been raped, then I'll never move. I'll always be hurt. I'll be angry. Come on here. I'll always be at a place where I ain't going to let nobody get close to me. I ain't going to let nobody hurt me. It'll allow me to operate in the spirit of rejection. And so we got to understand, when you have a wounded spirit, it opens up the door spiritually to rejection. You'll say, I got to protect myself because I ain't going to let nobody hurt me. And then you'll even begin to move and start rejecting people because you say, I'm going to reject them before they reject me. Right. People trying to get close to you to help you. I got it. Knowingly, you need help. Because we in the church, you need help. Now I'm good. I got it. We wounded. But we won't allow God to heal us because we saying we got it when really we don't have it. Because we got enough common sense. If something wrong with me in the natural, what we do? Go to the emergency room. But when our spirit is sick, we don't want to allow God to heal us. We don't want to allow nobody to see we don't want them to see this area about us because we say, you know what, I'm ashamed. Some people be ashamed. Some people don't want nobody to see them. But you got to understand, God got healing for us, but we got to be able to allow ourselves to say, you know what, I don't care how I look, but all I know is I need help. Come on here. I got a problem because see, you got to understand you got to understand you can't do nothing for God wounded. Because if you wounded, guess what? When you try to pray for somebody, guess what you're giving them? You're giving them a wounded prayer. You try to dance, you're giving them a wounded dance. You try to preach, you're giving them a wounded word. You're giving them a tainted word. And saying God wants us whole. God wants us healthy. But we got to understand, we got to stop being wounded in the church. All right. We have gotten so comfortable in our mess, we're sitting up there, some of us depressed. And we would rather be depressed than to allow the preacher to help us. Because we don't want nobody to see that I'm depressed. Because we think we've been told all our lives, you strong, you strong, you strong. So you think if you ask somebody for help, that means you weak. The devil is a liar. You got to understand that that's a lie from a pit to hell. Because the enemy wants you to believe that you ain't strong. But you know you strong because you asking for help. God never told us to be a lone ranger to know that we got it by ourselves. The devil is a liar. We got to know that we need help. Why do you think he created the fivefold gifts? If one person knew it all, he wouldn't have no need for the other gifts. But see, we got to understand God got different people that will help us. And you got to understand that when you don't allow God to help you, what you're doing is rejecting God. You praying at home one thing, so when God sends you help, you're rejecting it. I don't want them to help me. Well, you really don't want help then. Because who are you to tell God, I don't want them to help me? Send somebody else to help me. See, because a wounded person, they need help. Because see, wherever that you've been wounded at, so if you've been hurt in the year 2000, somebody raped and molested you. It's 2015 now. Right now, as a woman, if I've been hurt in 2000, it's 2015 now. Every man that coming to me, I don't want no man to talk to me. I don't want no man to say nothing to me because that's the area where I've been wounded at. It's been 15 years ago since I've been molested, but I'm still holding it like it was yesterday. I go to church, I go to Bible study, but I refuse to let it go. See, some of us, we're so caught on on to holding that place. We don't want to get out of that place of being wounded, because that's all I know. I've been like this for 15 years, so I don't want to come out that comfort zone. But see, God said this is the season where you got to make up your mind that I got to let go of this bitterness. I got to let go of this hatred. I got to let go of this unforgiveness, because I want to be healed. It's 2015 and I'm still in 2000. I'm 15 years behind. My soul lives. Everybody else moving on, being happy. I want to get married. I want to enjoy life, but I can't, because I'm still holding on to what they did to me. So you got to understand, we're still allowing that person to control us, because still they going on about their business. They ain't thinking about you, but you thinking about it every day. You thinking about what they did. You thinking about what they said. You thinking about how they treated you, because you refuse to let it go. And God said, I have already opened up the door. I have already died on the cross and rose. I have already gave you power and authority to walk out the door. But it's your choice, because you don't want to walk out the door because you say, I don't want to. Amen. And you got to understand, God can't go up against your will. We doing all this fasting, we doing all this praying, but God said, I can't do nothing, because you got to first choose to say, I need help. Yes. I got a problem. Yes. See, because we can't say, I'm fine, but then you go home and say, I got a problem. Amen. The world even teaches people at Alcohol Anonymous, I am an alcoholic. You first got to admit that I got a problem. And see, that's what God is trying to show us. We got to know that we're not weak because we say we got a problem. No, what we're saying is, I'm mature because I understand I got a problem and I'm ready to get some help. Amen. And that's what we got to make up our mind to do. So let's turn your Bibles to Proverbs the 27th.